In an era where we see humans causing environmental destruction all around us, it's pretty easy to view humanity as environmental enemy number one and believe that we're doomed to destroy our own planet. But if humans are the problem on this planet, then it must be humans who are the solution too. Is destruction and selfishness an inherent part of human nature? Or is destruction and selfishness a result of losing touch with our human nature?
My name is Camila Buitrago, and to answer these questions, I'm here with the Darwin 200 project, looking at the human behaviors threatening the Mirasol Wetland in Algarrobo, Chile.
We're currently in the Mirasol Wetland of Algarrobo, just 2 hours from Chile's capital, Santiago. Wetlands are distinct ecosystems that are either permanently or seasonally saturated with freshwater, saltwater, or both. The Mirasol Wetland is fed with water from the Andes Mountains and used to reach across the beach and feed into the ocean right here. While it may not look like much now in the dry season, this wetland can grow up to 30 times this size during the rainy season. And even now, when the water levels are really low, after being here for just a couple of hours, we've already seen birds taking baths, frogs hopping nearby, dragonflies, and heard the bird songs of endemic Chilean birds. So, while wetlands in Chile are typically much bigger than Mirasol, wetlands of all sizes are important, highly productive ecosystems that support thousands of species. And more than that, out of all of the ecosystems on Earth, wetlands store the largest amount of carbon per unit area, making them the most effective carbon sink in the world. This is really important for preventing climate change from getting even worse. Wetlands sequester carbon and prevent greenhouse gases from being released into the atmosphere. And besides mitigating climate change, wetlands also help us in so many other ways, like natural water filtration, controlling floods and erosion, supporting biodiversity, and providing us with medicinal plants and food.
I'm standing in the Mirasol Wetland. And while wetlands are vital ecosystems for sequestering carbon, mitigating climate change, flood retention, filtering water, fostering biodiversity, we're unfortunately losing our world's wetlands at an alarming rate. And this wetland in particular is threatened by masses of visitors that come to party at the nearby beach and end up littering and bringing their dogs that shit everywhere, eat all the important birds and species, and trample a lot of the important plants.
The Mirasol wetland has also been shrinking over the past few decades. It used to consistently reach all the way to the beach up to 2012, creating a unique brackish water ecosystem. But according to the locals, it now only reaches the ocean every few years during heavy rain seasons. There are likely many reasons for this, but the local community suspects water is being illegally taken out to water vineyards upstream. Another human issue plaguing this wetland is litter and waste. Mirasol is part of a popular beach that gets numerous visitors. We spoke to some of the visitors to learn about what brought them to this beach.
Bueno, en parte porque a todo mi equipo le gusta la playa, el sol y todo, aunque esta playa no hay mucho sol, pero se llama Mirasol, pero no, hoy no hay tanto sol. Sin embargo, queríamos probar otra cosa. Estaba cerca, vimos que tenía buenas referencias, buenas calificaciones.
¿Qué te motivó venir hasta lejos para venir a esta playa?
Venir a ver a mi amiga, tienen una casa familiar acá y ella conocía este lugar, entonces me quiso traer.
Y esta playa, la gracia que tiene que está escondidita y además que uno baja por un sendero que es hermoso, se puede ver la vista, es muy divertido. Es como que la playa fuera un premio final a toda esa aventura, por eso nos gusta mucho esta playa.
Y yo nunca había escuchado que existiera, entonces es lindo como conocer un lugar nuevo.
En Santiago.
Sí, somos todos de Santiago, estamos de vacaciones, vinimos ayer y ahora es nuestro último día.
¿Sabes qué son humedales?
Humedales, ¿no? que-
Ok. ¿Y saben qué son humedales?
No.
Sí. O sea, no ubico aquí donde hay, pero conozco humedales, mucho sobre todo en la zona que yo vivo.
¿Sabes qué son humedales? Yo no.
Yo tengo entendido que son como pantanos. Agua estancada, cosas así, ¿o no?
The Mirasol Wetland seems to be just another walkway for tourists to arrive to this popular vacation spot. And while a lot of visitors love this place for its beauty and refuge from the city, the visitors have unintentionally put their beloved place under threat. With lots of tourists comes lots of plastic and food waste, often thrown into the wetland or left on the beach. This food waste has caused an explosion in rat populations within the wetland. Where there's a bunch of tourists, there's usually a bunch of litter. Many visitors go to the bathroom in Pirates Cave, leaving human waste and trash that pollutes the local ecosystem and breeds unsanitary conditions.
This is the world's most beautiful toilet, and it stinks. But really, this is Pirates Cove. It's a really popular tourist destination spot for people wanting to get out of the city, especially people from Santiago. This place gets up to 500 visitors a day. But unfortunately, there's no toilets around, and there's no bathrooms anywhere near the beach. So when nature calls, there's only one place left to go.
Additionally, there are many invasive species taking over the wetland and disrupting the ecosystem, like these cypress and eucalyptus trees that soak up a lot of water.
These are just a few of the invasive species taking over the wetland and disrupting the ecosystem. We could sit here all day and pick up trash and litter and try to remove the invasive species, but that would only be touching the surface of the problem and managing it, but not really solving anything. In order to truly solve a problem, you have to go to the root of it. And the root of all these issues is truly unsustainable human behavior. So how can you change an entire society's behaviors, cultures, and attitudes? In the next video, we'll go through the ongoing problems and solutions to changing human behavior and protecting wetlands.